Wonderful anniversary, dear, and thank you for the flowers.
You're welcome, darling. But if you could do one thing for me.
What?
Try to do something about your coffee.
I hoped it would be better today.
You're listening to Keeping It Rosy with Frank Rose and friends.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of 18 and up, it's your boy, Frank Rose. This is another episode of Keeping It Rosy. Not to be confused with Keeping It Rosé, unless it's brunch time and you're by yourself having brunch at home because of quarantine and you decide to listen to Keeping It Rosy. So now we're Keeping It Rosé together. Yay! Clink. That's the sound that we just did together. Guys, this is the show. You know the show. You know, life kind of sucks, especially right now. But, you know, we try to find the positive, the funny things in everyday lives. That's how we do it here. This is the whole Keeping It Rosy thing. Me, of course, I'm always on my side with my homies, Johnny Hugo.
Hey, what's up? It's your boy, Johnny Hugo, a.k.a. Johnny the Huguenot, a.k.a. Broken Gumball Machine, a.k.a. It's my birthday on Wednesday.
Oh,
That was awesome.
Thanks.
Happy early birthday.
happy early birthday.
Thanks, guys. Libra gang strong.
Libra gang strong. Also, we can't do it without the first lady of the pod, Marcella, a.k.a. Mars for mayor.
Heyo.
That's it?
That's it.
That's always it. In the back, making sure that we're having incest lit up. Wait, did I say it wrong?
Incense.
Incense. Did I say it right now?
Light up that incest.
Yeah, we're lighting up the incest, just like Game of Thrones. Dan, a.k.a. Old Fashioned Dan, a.k.a. The Intern, a.k.a.
Old Man Dan.
Old Man Dan. How you doing, Dan? You want to say hi real quick?
Hi.
Good job.
Social distance, Dan. Gosh.
Social distance. Yeah, get back. Come on. God, these interns. And we couldn't do this without our producer, you know, the one and only, the greatest editor of all times. You know, he's editing well. I have no more editing puns left, so.
This is a new edition.
Hey! So it's Ed who?
Ed
Sue.
That'll never get old.
I never get old.
Never.
Guys, we've been doing this for almost a year now, you know? This is great. This is what we do. We were going to get into this. We're going to have a special night. Some of us are pregame, you know? We have definitely warmed up, because we miss each other. We have been social distancing, but, you know, now, we are brave. We're keeping our tables really far apart. You know, we have our drinks, and then when we're walking around, we wear our masks so we don't get yelled at by the bartenders.
What? I can't hear you, Frankie. You're so far away.
By Hugo's new special job order, we have to be spread out more.
Guys, we can stop the spread. It is up to us.
Yeah. I mean, our president beat it, so if he can do it,
He's only our president for a little bit longer.
we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll go by
Bite your
Marcella's political corner later in a
God.
few minutes.
Delta Airline, what's the earliest flight out of the United States?
True.
Can you make it 2?
We can make it to Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and iHeartRadio, thanks to CocktailPantrySearch.com.
That was good.
Yeah.
I really suck at segue.
And
Yeah, that was
deconstructed
your
drinks.
best one.
You know what I mean? I'm getting better. This is episode 36, baby. You know, I've been doing push-ups. I do a boot camp now. That's real talk. You guys can interview me about that later.
Ooh.
You know what I do when I'm sore?
Tell me.
Smoke weed every day. Thanks to Tree Life Healing Center. TreeLifeHealing.com. Go see Dr. B. Get that license, that medicinal license here, over here in Central Florida. And if you're getting engaged because you got too high and popped the question, it's okay. You can still plan the wedding. You don't have to budget and actually like hire one. But if you go to planyourweddinglikeaboss.com, my wife, Rebecca Rose, shameless plug. Yeah. She came out with this awesome like masterclass on how to plan your own wedding. So do it, get it. Am I missing anything else? Of course, Broken Gumball Machine. That makes the team's logo. That makes us look all cool. Hugo's wearing the shirt today that you can get at keepingitrosy.com.
Yeah, unless you're shaped like a potato like me, in which case the fashion fit doesn't do me any favors. But It makes me want to do more sit-ups. So
There you
that's
go.
good.
There you go. I have a weird question, real segue. If you do a lot of like sit-ups and like core workout, do you get stomach aches like throughout the process?
No.
Different things, bro.
Okay, I'm gonna go see my doctor now.
Oh my god.
I was hoping it was like, it's probably all the crunches. That's probably
Wait, do you
why.
have stomach aches?
Sometimes,
You
yeah.
pregnant?
I think so. I'm expecting.
Oh my
Might be a
God.
food baby.
Yeah, it is.
Just take a shot of apple cider vinegar, clean it right out.
Gosh, you blipster. You haven't heard that one in a while.
I sure haven't.
Oh, man. Well, if you guys are new to the pod, we like to keep it problematic. Don't worry. If it's too much for you, hey, you can just log off. It's all good. And if you want to keep hanging out and see where this goes, well, grab your drink, sit in. You're at the salon or the barber shop or your favorite little
You
pub.
should be at none of those places because we're still in the midst of a pandemic, people.
No, you can reserve your seat. Keep a distance.
Wait your turn, Hugo.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, wait your turn. We have to keep the economy going, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How you feel about that?
I mean, I get it. Like, how do I feel about what? The economy going? Or I mean, here's how I feel. We could still operate if people just wear their damn masks.
Exactly.
The problem is people don't want to wear their masks.
Why is this such a problem?
Why?
Can we stop coronavirus? Why? Did you infect me that way? I'm not breathing today.
Is it too soon? Is it too soon to make the parody? Oh, gosh.
It might be.
Oh,
And with Michael, man, that's double problematic.
Oh, there's layers. Oh, man. And that is definitely the new high score here tonight on Problematic.
But hey, Michael was wearing a mask.
Oh, true. A man ahead of his time.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Wait, was it?
Yeah, he used to wear the masks.
Oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm. But to answer your question,
Hugo really wants to answer this
He really
question.
does.
Well, it's something-
I'm really scared right
well, I
now.
got low-key triggered when you asked about like why is it so hard, and I thought about it, and that's something that I struggle with. I'm like, why is it
Getting
so
it hard?
hard? Huh?
Sorry, I'm 5. Go on.
I mean, I'm constantly hard, but it's a different story.
You should see a doctor.
I did. They're the reason why.
Welcome to 30.
Oh, hey, Banksy. So I was in Wawa this morning, getting my pumpkin chai tea because I am basic. Proud of it.
We
And
love
this-
you.
Huh?
We still love you.
Thanks. You gotta. So there's this dude. Everybody else there has a mask. He comes in. He's all like hustling and bustling. Now, first of all, he's having like the most regressive conversation with whoever he's talking to, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm not taking that job. That's a job for a bitch. I'm a man. I'm not gonna work that as a man." And I'm like, dude,
Really aggressive.
first of all, calm down a little. And then he has no mask on. He's getting his coffee and he's talking to the girl. He's like, "Hey, y'all ain't got that creamer that I need." And so then she's like, she looks at him. So she leaves making my chai tea to go help this rude gentleman out. So no, strike one. So she brings him back his creamer. And then he keeps talking about like, if I'm going to make a job, I need to be paid like a man. And then he just goes on with these like terrible.
Well,
You need to
love-
get paid like a
love
man.
this
I'm like,
so
you just-
As into what?
I wanted to be like I know a lot of women who actually have jobs. So
See, that's the whole problem right there. Paid as a man versus paid as a woman or as a child
or just in general.
see.
And he didn't have a mask on. So like, I just don't get it. Like, why is it so hard? Exactly.
See, even
Banksy knows the deal.
Yup. He's like, nah.
He's like, wear a mask.
You gotta wear.
Why do you think it's so hard for people to wear masks?
I don't know. I've struggled with this question so much. The big thing is people have taken wearing masks as like who they support politically. So today Martin and I were watching like like interviews of people who were early voting. And it was so funny because we could literally tell who voted for who just by where they like stood on the pandemic. Is that fucking ridiculous?
It's insane.
They're like the first guy was like, they made me wear, or not made me wear a mask, but like everyone was wearing a mask, so I felt like I had to. I didn't want to get like yelled at, and we're like, oh, he voted for Trump. And the next guy was like, I was so glad that they were socially distancing inside the polls. It's like, well, obviously he voted for Biden. Like, you know what I mean?
What if you were wrong? What if you were just totally wrong? And the guy's like, man, this mask was great. Trump Pence? And the other dude was like, I have to wear this fucking mask, but my girl Kamala is going to get me at it.
That's me.
The Twilight Zone.
I'm like, this fucking mask. I hate this. Come on, Biden. Make it better.
Well, I mean, that too. But I think that's why they made it so difficult.
Dan has a question.
No, I just think it's because, like pandemic is not really, something that we are totally not expected, at least from, the higher up. Like the president get brief about pandemic might be a possible, threat to the United States. And country like, like Taiwan or South Korea, for example, they have a procedure of what to do in case of pandemic happen. However, in the United States, never established a procedure of what we should do. So when things does happen, we spend a lot of time on political fighting.
I don't know. See, I agree and I disagree because it's seen throughout the world, right? Like people in other countries, like they weren't no one's like making a big deal about like being a patriot if they don't wear a mask. Like, right? If you don't wear a mask, that means you're not a sheeple. You're not controlled by anyone. Someone told me I was a fucking Nazi, or I supported Nazis for wearing a mask one time at Publix. Whatever that means.
But don't you think it's because the United States tried to politicalize?
That's literally what I just said, though.
Yeah.
That's the problem. That's the problem right there. Because here's my question. What about 9/11? Yep, I said it. 9/11, we became united. It was all about unity. It was America.
See, people said that, but I don't think that's true.
Again, but there was still racism, yes, but against Arab. You're right.
I remember reading posts about. Sorry, Ed. I'm sorry. I'll really get into
we were
it.
Patriots.
Okay, but I remember reading posts. The people coming out this year, they're like, "Oh, I wish we were at 9/12 when we were all just Americans." I'm like, "Bitch, you were an American unless you were brown. Because if you were brown, you were fucking terrorized for years."
That's true.
Like, it's been the same America.
It's still like that.
It's the same shit.
I have a client. His first name is the very common name. It's like the John of the East, Muhammad.
John of the East?
The John of the East.
That's the name of this episode. The John of the East.
Yo, that's a hard rap name too.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's a hard save. John of the East.
John of the
almost
East.
spilled his drink.
Frankie almost dropped his drink to the south.
He got so excited.
But now I'm gonna drop it in my mouth. Go.
No, but that's a good point. Like Mars and Frankie, what you brought up, like we just diverted our ugly hate towards a certain group, and now we're just diverting it back at each other.
Yeah, now it's like pre-Civil War. It's like we're doing foreplay.
Well, yeah, we are pretty much heading into another.
Don't say that.
I mean,
I don't want to say it.
Here's the thing.
That was part of my high thought. I'll save it for later.
I've had this is my sober thought.
Okay.
Like, what do you think's going to happen like after the election? Do you think,
I don't want to
think
think
either
about
way
it.
there's going to be transfer of power?
No.
Like it's something that I don't want to think about, but I kind of have.
Well,
to.
social media would change.
No, I like literally think that like
the streets are going to.
Yes, like I think that like if Biden wins, that people who voted for Trump are going to be like, it was obviously rigged. Then that means that Trump is going to be fueled by the fire and it's going to be like, yep, it was rigged. And it's going to be a shit show.
I think Trump is going to like go from a dog whistle to like a bullhorn on his, like he's going to just get out there and say some wild shit.
I think I've heard this. I can't take full credit. I'm pretty sure this was consciously heard this. Probably. I think if Trump loses, he's just going to use his fame and fame that gets him somehow invisible fortune because he's in debt, right? From my understanding.
It's only $400 million. It's not a lot.
It's only built his own network, his own Oprah network, his own Fox, his
in
own
jail?
NBC. I don't know. I don't know. And then he becomes like the next, like, what's that guy that's like, oh, conspiracy theories and rah.
Alex Jones.
Yes. Yes. Just like,
The frogs
like
are
podcasts,
gay.
like for an hour rants or a 2-hour podcast. He's just going to be on.
The only problem is, I do love that idea. Trump is too proud that he's not gonna lose and then still have like any type of confidence. Like he's gonna lose, but he's gonna go down and bring as many people down with him. What? Oh, you want another drink?
No, I'm listening. I was paying attention. I'm sorry.
Frankie was being
No,
an
it's
asshole.
fine.
I was
Get
being
your
an
sauce.
asshole. I was
Frank
being
was being an asshole.
I was being an
Wait,
asshole.
you early voted today, right?
Huh?
You early voted today,
did.
correct?
Oh.
Tell us your early voting experience, Hugo.
You
Alright,
saved
so
it for the pod.
It was great. All right, so here I woke up early
You woke up
Saturday
early.
morning, and I was like, I'm gonna go early vote. I got up, I went to the library, and I looked at the thing, and it said early voting starts the 19th.
Oh,
Oh.
Drove my happy ass back home, and then I went for a long bike ride. It was a beautiful Saturday, by the way.
Yo, it was. I
how we're
officiated
like-
the wedding on Saturday.
I love how we're like, Hugo, how was early voting? He's like, let me tell you about my wonderful Saturday I had.
All right, that's the appetizer. So then
appetizer.
I woke up today. Oh, Banksy. And then I went to work, and then on my break I was like, I'm gonna early vote. Excuse me. So I go to the Oxford Library in Castleberry. There's a pretty long line around, but not too bad, and it's like moving quickly. And so I go in there, and do you guys know who Chris Robinson is? He's like the Seminole County. He's the guy who you say like, "Hey, I want an early ballot," and then he gives it to you.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
So he was there,
didn't
and
know
he
there
was
was like
like,
a guy.
"Guys, there's a shorter line in Altamont if you want to go there." And then he saw me holding my, so I got a mail-in ballot, but I always drop it off at the drop box. So he was like, "Oh, you don't have to wait. Just go right around the corner, drop it off, show him that you signed, and you're good." So I did that. So I voted in literally 30 seconds, got out. So as I'm leaving, there's this guy there. And now, everybody close their eyes for a minute.
Okay.
Imagine a guy who lives in Geneva, right? Mm-hmm. He has lots of land and he drives a truck, right? He's kind of thin. He's earthy.
Ooh, earthy.
Yeah. You know, just with typical what you would imagine to be voting for Donald John Trump.
Okay.
He has a red hat on. He has a handlebar mustache. And when he gets closer to me, I see his red hat and I think it says MAGA, but it says, "Dump Trump." Dump. And this guy's going off and he's like, "Man, I voted for that motherfucker last time. He fucked everything up. I'm not supporting this bullshit again. Fuck Trump. Fuck Trump." And he's going around like,
Oh, yeah.
man, my nipples got so hard. It was a holy experience. And then I'm getting in my car and then some like young black dude pulls up with his top down and he's playing the Nipsey Hussle and what's his name? The Nipsey Hussle and YG song, "Fuck Donald Trump." Fuck Donald Trump.
Yeah.
And I went back to work and I had the best rest of my day ever.
Wow.
Dang.
And that gave me hope right there.
There's
Sure,
hope.
yeah.
That
same.
gave me hope.
See, we can't stereotype. What's the word?
Stereotype.
Generalize. Did you say
Did you
stereotypes?
guys just came up with two different words?
Did you say
we can't just put them
stereotypes?
all in a group. It's the Urban Dictionary word of the day. Stereotypes.
Stereotypes.
You can't stereotype me. Everything's digital. MP3.
What were you going to say, Frankie?
No, that's all I wanted to say.
Words are hard.
Words are hard right now, guys.
Especially when you're on that medicinal.
When you're on the medicinal, it makes you want to go on YouTube and then you find weird videos. And you find old commercials. Old commercials about coffee. Coffee that you thought was great as a child. Well, yeah. I'm Hispanic.
Say that statement again.
I have no idea where this is
Coffee that you
going.
thought it was great as a child.
You know,
it was the best part of waking up.
As a 7-year-old,
With,
drinking your coffee.
with their little Folgers. If you're bored, you should go on YouTube and watch old commercials of Folgers. What is it, in the 1950s?
Leave it to Beaver style.
Leave it to Beaver style.
I
yeah.
never clicked on it. I didn't want
You
to
didn't
know.
click on
No,
it?
I didn't want to know.
Yo, I couldn't finish
Yeah,
it.
it was so bad. I didn't finish it either. I watched a couple of them and I was like, this is a parody, right?
No, so basically, not the parody, but the marketing. Here's the marketing. Okay, here's the marketing idea. Hey, let's have a husband and wife. Husband wakes up for breakfast, right? Hear me out. Wife gives him a cup of coffee. He takes a sip. Wife looks away. He makes a face, kind of like he's disgusted. Wife says, how's the coffee today? Husband goes, not good. Like an asshole. Like a straight up dick. And she goes, oh, no, she doesn't go, well, make your own damn coffee then. No, she goes, really? Not better than yesterday?
Oh.
And it's like
It's
all these commercials like that.
Back to back to back.
What do you think of you know how people say, like, you can't judge people because it was a different time? What do you think of that?
I'm of two minds about it. It depends on what it is. Because there's certain things where, and like, I don't want to say that like we need to stick to what the culture deems as acceptable, but there's certain things that if we didn't have the education for, and it's not something that you grew up experiencing, that you're not going to know what it is.
Yeah.
Because like your generation especially, you guys know all about sexuality and expression and gender identity and religion and
And
politics.
consent.
And
Hey,
thank you.
consent, Ed.
And exactly.
See, Ed's from an older generation.
Because like
The best part of waking up.
is grabbing on your pup. Because he picked up his dog, guys. You can't see. So, but like, think about when we were younger and what the movies we thought were funny, like, you know, the Tom Green comedies and American Pie movies. And they're very heavily like low-key rape culture-y.
Yeah, the
You know,
frat boy culture, right?
Yeah,
like
you
Dan
look
Wilder
back-
and shit.
Yeah.
Even
And like
though-
you look back and we thought it was funny because like, I mean, what else was there?
Yeah,
Like,
Porkies. Let's look at through a little peephole and see girls shower. That's for the old heads.
I try to think, like, what is that in today's age? Like, what is it that, like, 50 years from now they're going to be
I'll
like,
tell you what
Find out.
it is. I'll tell you what it is right now.
oh,
Well, at least as a
okay,
as a
all
barber.
knowing.
racism.
No, okay. I had a moment. This is a weird story. I think about 2 years ago. This is 2 years ago.
Okay.
I had some clients that were like senior high schools, freshman, college age group, right? It was like a little crew guys, and they all came to me. And the things that they thought was funny, the way they joked around, the way they would roast each other is a little bit different than the way Hugo and I may have done it back in the day at their age. Let's say you're at a house party and I don't know, your buddy is hooking up with some random girl in another room and you decide to walk in with your Snapchat and go, what's going on here? I got you guys. Yeah, get it, bro. Okay. Bye. And that was like funny. And the guy that he like taped is in the shop too. And he's just like shaking his head like, damn it, he got me. I'm going to get you back for that. I'm going to get you back for that. Guys, I'm pretty sure that's illegal in like a lot of ways. Like,
Yeah.
like,
So you think it's the way we use the internet that'll be frowned upon?
yo.
Well, that's frowned upon now, but yeah.
The
That's
internet,
probably part of it.
man. Yes.
That's why I try to stay off. I deleted, well, I deactivated my Facebook because Facebook is trash. Like once the boomers got a hold of it, like, fuck you, Facebook.
So
you
much-
ruined everything good.
So much Farmville.
Oh my gosh, all the fun.
I forgot about. Yo, remember what social media was? At Frankie is going to the store.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Now just
Is
update what
voting
you
for the
do.
greatest America to make sure everything is right. And I don't understand why you're wearing masks. You're being controlled and brainwashed. The aliens are coming. 2020.
Hashtag.
I saw that.
sheeple.
That was the last post I saw before I deactivated it from my Facebook. But yeah, I think that's what it is, Mars, is the social media thing.
Yeah.
But like, so when you think back to when you were young and some things that maybe, I mean, you're a lot younger, but like some things that we grew up like saying, and then we realized, then you got to a certain point and you realized it wasn't acceptable. So the way I view it is, it's like when you're a baby and, you know, you drool on yourself and you cry when you're irritated, and then you learn to process these feelings and emotions until you do better. So that's kind of how it is like when you're growing up. I mean, like, you're never going to stop learning and evolving and learning things. So if you did something in the past, that's, again, we all hate cancel culture, but that's why I hate it so much, is because somebody would be like, you did this years ago. It's like, I admit it. I'm not perfect. Like,
Yeah.
I was wrong. So
It's hard. It's so hard to me to like try to put myself in those people's shoes. I'm like, damn, like how did you ever treat your wife like that? Or like how did you ever think you were better because of your color? It's so hard for me.
Yeah.
Well, I think a lot of it has to do with parenting. And I'm not a parent, and I don't want to sound like cliche answer, but it's the pass the baton mentality. It's like you're doing the relay race. So my grandfather was, let's say my grandfather beat his wife. So my dad would grow up watching his dad beat his wife. So then he will beat his wife, and then I grow up watching that, and then I say, well, that's what I was taught, and that's what I saw.
You lay a hand on Becca, Frankie.
No, I never. And for the record, disclaimer, my dad and my grandfathers are not women beaters.
Please clean it up.
For the clean up, disclaimer. Woo!
No, y'all are way too peaceful, too.
Like
the risottos are all
if
about
anyone is beating anyone's ass, it's Becca kicking my ass. Like legit, low key, legit. I'm scared. I think she could kill me, guys. Like, and she would do it such in like How to Get Away with Murder shit. She loves those crime shows, guys.
This is a safe space. You tell
Let us know.
Yeah. But Mars, so what you're saying, like, so I think that the people who are the strongest allies are the people who have done some shit. Like I had a friend, I can say his name. His name's Tyler.
Yeah.
He doesn't live in Florida anymore.
Does he create?
Oh.
Yes. He's a fucking walking paradox. No. But he was, so I used to do this thing, sorry,
Banks.
Where, so me and a bunch of people would go to Lake Eola because you can't feed the homeless. So we'd have picnics and like invite them to eat with us. Mm-hmm. And he was homeless and his name was Tyler and he was a former skinhead.
Oh, okay.
And so like he talked about how he would like burn down churches and like, he did some things he wasn't proud of, but like he's not about that life anymore. And now he spends his time wherever he's like traveling to, telling people like, this is where I was. Especially if somebody is there now, he can say, listen, you think that that's what your life is about, but it's not because I've been there and I'm on the other side of it.
So he's American History X?
He might be a little Edward Norton-ish. No, he's not, he wasn't like that deep into it. I mean,
but doesn't he turn around in that
yeah,
movie,
he
right?
does. Yeah.
And he's like trying to help.
He's trying to help his younger brother before it's too late.
Before it's too late.
And then
see what I mean, bro?
Don't spoil the movie.
What is it? It's nature versus nurture. I learned that in psychology. AP psychology, the only AP class I took in high school, and I definitely didn't get the college
one.
Yo, so
damn, she tried your life.
I'm sorry that I'm like really good at chemistry and I'm like really smart and I'm a Zoomer and you're just an old little hip hopper guy from,
old little hip hop.
The guy who's always like real hip hop, word.
That's exactly how I see you in my head.
Yeah?
Yeah.
See, good.
You just imagine you walking around with cardboard.
Yeah. She pictures? All right, from my OGs. Big Tigger from Rap City.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy Big Tigger in the basement. You know what I'm saying?
That's what she pictures in my head.
Right after Cedar's World.
I miss
BET
when
it was good.
When it was black. Oh, no.
Same thing.
Oh, no. I'm sorry.
But allegedly. Yeah. So what I was saying, Mars, is sometimes it takes people that were so deep into it.
But that's like assuming that they have changed their ways.
Right.
A lot of those people are like, some people are like dead now and we're like, oh, it's cool. Like, so I'll give an example. My grandpa is the sweetest man and I love him and he has done very well for the fam. He took care of us and shit, but I recently got in touch with my grandma, and not in touch, but like we got to get to know each other more. Like when you grow up and you like have a deeper understanding for what your relatives, you should. It was very enlightening because we've never had a good relationship growing up. But she was kind of telling me about like my grandpa. He was 15 years older and essentially like, I guess he had like a lot of money and he almost like commanded her to like marry him. And was like very like Brazilian men like are like have that machismo, and so he's very like protective of her. But, like if she like did anything without him, he'd like freak the fuck out and start yelling. And so I'll like say this to like my dad, I'm like, damn, like, and she's like very affected by it. You can tell like she's like, yeah, like that was like kind of like my childhood and growing up. To this day, yeah. And you can tell like it's kind of fucked her up a little bit, like mentally, because she is digressing almost. Like she wants to do the things that she wished she could have done when she was younger. And so it's like, oh man, like I love my grandpa, but it like I am so very sad for her, and I mourn for the life taken away, like the childhood that was taken away from my grandma.
Yeah.
So I don't know like where to stand in that situation, and that's like with a lot of people, especially too. So example, right? People will say like, oh, a lot of people were racist back in the day. Like their parents taught them that. But then you also hear of like the Bernie Sanders that were like fighting against injustice. It's not like the opposite side didn't exist.
That's why he should have been a fucking president. Y'all fucked up. You got jibber jabber Biden.
I still like Yang.
Listen. Hey, you know, there's thousands of monkeys. Listen, ranches. Sometimes cookies come in. What?
You know, the sad thing is that I voted
we
for
have problems. Things tops, you know?
Yeah.
Give me my shades.
It is what it
Guys,
is.
that was our best decision. That's our choice.
Yeah, man.
But Mars, that makes me think, and I hate thinking. But because I do it too much, especially when I'm sober, and I've been sober for
Too long?
Yeah, for too damn long. Except my feels.
True.
That makes me think, number one, like, what are people that we have viewed in a positive light? Like, what are they hiding?
Be suspicious of everyone. That's not
like
what I'm trying to say.
And like
that is not what I'm trying to say.
I know, but that's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
And number two, so like maybe that's still happening now, but people are just getting better at like the way they manipulate, because it's, of course, a dude's not going to be, you know, doing the machismo thing like as visibly toxic. Maybe there's other ways of manipulation.
Maybe he's just a smooth talking charm kind of guy, and somehow he just has a silver tongue. He's
Straight
a poet.
up sociopath.
And he's like kind of dextery with it and knows how to get his
Dexter's
girl
coming back.
You
to
know,
say,
Malcolm X said like the most dangerous thing to black Americans were liberals, because like with Republicans, you knew that they were racist and it was obvious, but with liberals, they are like pretend that they give a fuck,
Yeah.
and then they just don't actually give a fuck.
So yeah, you know what? That's a good question. I don't want to cut you off though.
No, go ahead.
That it was
So
just more
it's
of
a little bit of a
All of them.
segue, and it's a thought that's been bothering me. This came up a week ago, and I was like, what's worse? Someone who's a straight up like rude, maybe bitch, straight to my face, or the person who pretends to, because it's politics, or, you know, just show face and be all like, hi, hey, I'm going to be fake. It's all good. But behind each other's back, we don't like each other.
Yeah.
I think it's the same thing at the end of the day.
That's Instagram.
Yeah. I mean, if you're still like thinking, if the result is the same, then who the fuck cares?
I would much rather have you be
Be
a dick to my
honest.
face.
Yeah.
Because at least I know.
Me too.
But like, there's this, so real quick, there's this, I watch like lots of independent YouTube media, like progressives.
Wow.
Yeah. Keep it real enough. But there's this guy named Sam Cedar, the Minority Report or Majority Report with Sam Cedar. And he's like good. He has good takes. But there's this one person, this woman on his show, and she is like, so she's like a liberal contrarianism.
Okay.
Contrariist.
Okay.
You can't hang out with
And
me no
she's
more.
the worst. Like, she's one of those girls that, you know, just didn't get woke until she, you know, went to college from her Midwest town and decided to get tattoos and like speak about Marxism and all this shit that she just has all the jargon for, but you know, she doesn't really care about it. Cause she calls everybody out. It's like, this guy, he's like a fake liberal. Like, she sounds like an SNL parody of a human being.
Yeah.
The way she talks and she has tats everywhere. She's like, this guy is a fake liberal. And he was like addressing it on his show. He was like, that's kind of dangerous. Why would she call me a fake liberal? Like, she's never met me.
Ugh, I know so many people
Why are
like
we
that.
calling people out? You don't know them.
Yeah, like-
you can only call someone out who's like, yo, that dude's my roommate, and he's over here saying like he loves Christians, but like I saw what he did in his room to this dude. Like, I don't know. Like,
Well, like, so what really made me triggered was she went off on an episode of Girl Meets World.
Of course, that's what triggered Hugo. What the fuck?
Hugo, why are you watching Girls?
No, I'm
you
saying,
know what? That's another episode.
No, I'm saying what triggered me was that she felt the need to take her time to like tear down a children's show. Like, I don't give a fuck about Girl Meets World, but she's like, Corey had the privilege of growing up in white suburbia, and Mr. Feeney, like, she's giving these serious takes. I'm like, I'm not gonna.
Oh my gosh. Yo, she'll be fun to smoke with.
No.
No. Sounds like it would just
She
give
would
me
kill my
anxiety. Yeah.
Hey, speaking of killing our highs, do you guys want to see what the Urban Dictionary word of the day is?
Let us know.
I hope the segue works, so yes.
Apparently, I just opened it and clicked it. It says thoughts and prayers, which I don't know how that's urban, but according to Urban Dictionary, thoughts and prayers, I couldn't care less. But the one must keep up appearance, right?
Damn, that is relevant. Weird.
Exactly what we were just talking about.
Weird.
Isn't
Damn.
that crazy?
Look at us. We
Dude,
are
listen-
so topical.
Listening to this. Guys, we should wrap this up. I know we've learned a lot. We've expressed. We've exploded. Do you guys have any high thoughts that you want to end the show with?
Yeah, mine's kind of downer though. So.
Yeah, Frankie
Well,
wanted to get that.
well, I just thought of it.
anyways.
You know
what?
I was like, am
Frankie's
I
sad.
a shitty person? I am a shitty person.
Did you know that the definition of like being a good person is questioning whether or not you are a good person
Oh,
and
don't
trying
say that to me because I know I'm shitty.
No.
Don't try to make me feel
Well, in
better.
that
No.
case, I'm the greatest person of all time. 'Cause I beat the shit out of myself mentally.
Yeah, it's like one of it's,
I beat it good.
yeah, it's like a lot of psychologists. Oh my god.
If I could do it to myself.
I knew it, Frankie. I knew it.
We knew
Blue,
it.
blue, 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 blue. No. Go back.
Oh boy. What were you saying, Mars?
Nothing at
Before
all.
we became gross boys.
It's just essentially that's what a lot of psychologists will say. Like those who are like willing to question themselves and grow, or at least try to grow. It is a textbook definition.
Do you ever have like, real quick, do you ever have like those, you're about to go to sleep, you have a perfect day, and then you think about that one thing you said to someone in 7th grade, and it just keeps you awake you're like, fuck, I shouldn't have said that to Andrea Greer.
Oh, God, I'm sorry. I know exactly what you're talking about. It sucks. It's real.
I'm not sleeping tonight.
That happens to me too.
I'm looking at my notes.
Oh, I do have a high thought. Yeah.
Yay,
I was
yeah.
scared I wouldn't have one. All right.
It's all good.
October 3rd, 2020.
Hey, that was my birthday.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
I hope it's positive. It's about to
Good
get
vibes. Okay, so I titled it Hubris and Humility. How can something that has such a fine line cause such extreme and opposite ends? Right? So hubris means to be proud, right? And humility, you know what that means, right? But there's people will debate that there's such a fine line between being humble and being proud. But they're like what they accomplish are so different, but they come from the same root.
That's definitely like the first topic I brought up when I started therapy. I was
Wait,
like,
are you being serious?
I'm being
Oh, I
serious.
thought you were like making fun of me.
No,
Okay.
I'm not making fun of you because like, the challenge of being humble, but also being confident,
Yeah.
you know, and is sense proud.
It's like the old Kanye versus the new Kanye.
Sure.
It's I
Somewhere
wonder.
there's My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, which is right in the middle.
Yeah, dude, you just talked about, that's my whole adolescence. Hugo, did you want to read yours? No? Yes?
Go ahead. I wanna vibe.
Should I read this one?
Yeah.
All right, so this is weird. I got kind of like in poetry mode. I haven't done that in a while.
Ooh.
Get the bongos ready. Make America Great Again versus Black Lives Matter.
Oh no.
This feels like the beginning of the next civil war. That sounds like a disaster. The Bible says you can't serve two masters. Give Caesar what is Caesar and to God what is God. But what if giving Caesar is the cause of the world to fall? Some call it high thoughts, but what if they were right thoughts? Right thoughts. What if we're the moments of truth, moments of proof, the moment when you realize part of your mind has just shut off and we just accidentally turned the light switch on? Shit. Well, just got real. I like my combos like I like my tits. All real.
There were some highs and lows in there.
Yeah. Definitely took us on a journey. definitely took a
I said it was a high thought. I didn't say it was all brushed together.
That was the perfect combination of Frank Rose.
That's my brain, guys.
I have a
Help.
I have a slight poem for my. It's very short, but there's a lot. I think there's a lot in here.
Please don't take me on that ride that Frankie just took me on.
I'm so sorry. I should have gone with my other one. You want me to read the other one?
Beautiful, no.
It says,
This is a
the
walk
other one
down the
says,
block.
ever cried to disco? Okay, that's it. Hugo,
Always.
can you save us?
I'll see. All right, it's very short. It's a short poem. It's like 2 bars, but there's a lot in here. So let's unpack it.
Okay.
And
What, this is a gobstopper?
all right, you ready? Imagine doing the right thing and then suffering for it. Am I running towards it or should I fucking ignore it?
Run away.
Yeah, run away. Fuck that.
Yeah,
Just kidding. Depends on what it is.
Oh, man. You got
Well,
cool
the
break
reason
now.
I thought about that because I just unpacked the last 4 years and I thought about people like Colonel Lieutenant Alexander Vindman, who was on the call with Ukraine, people like AOC, who is constantly being trashed, people like the whole squad, Ilhan Omar, Bernie Sanders, like anybody who has tried to do the right thing has probably suffered in the last 4 years worse than they've suffered in their entire life.
That's real.
So should they back out or should they run straight into it? Like AOC does not back down.
Yeah. Bernie definitely does not back down.
Bernie doesn't back down. Like, so is it better to hide and save yourself? Or do you just run straight into it knowing that it could end you, but somebody else who follows you might have a better
Hey,
way?
you know what? What did we learn today? Pass a better baton.
Yo, what if your parents passed you blunts as the batons?
Exactly. Guys, I am Frank Rose and I approve this message. Pass that blunt to your kid. No, I'm just
The
kidding.
blunton.
Blunt. Pass the blunt time.
Blunt.
Blunt, blunt, blunt.
Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed, please subscribe. It helps us pay the bills. And remember, when life gives you lemons, always keep it rosy.